Good evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. First up, officials confirm fatalities after World War II airplane crashes at Connecticut Airport. Plane involved with Collins Foundation aircraft. Foundation's planes left Nashua Airport on Sunday. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9.
Scary stuff. Burst out the door when it matters most. For more than a decade, he's been right there, everywhere. And when American jobs are on the line, he leads the charge. ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir is America's most watched newscast, and we thank you.
It certainly is. And Sean, that vintage plane was just here in Nashua, New Hampshire last weekend as part of the Wings of Freedom nationwide tour. Officials say there is an active fire and rescue operation underway right now. According to the local media in Connecticut, 13 people were on board that aircraft when it crashed. Several injuries have been reported. The Associated Press reporting this noon that 6 people were transported to the hospital. The extent of their injuries is unknown. The FAA has issued ground stops right now for planes destined for Bradley International Airport. This remains an active and ongoing situation. We urge you to check WMUR.com for updates throughout the day. Live in studio this noon, Amy Cavino, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And now let's take a look at that U.S. stock market and see how your U.S. stock market closed for this Wednesday evening. And here's a look at that U.S. stock market for all of you for this Wednesday evening. Your Dow Jones Industrial Average closed in the red and went down. Your Nasdaq closed in the red and went down. S&P 500 closed in the red and went down. Gold closed in the red and went down. Oil closed in the red and went down. U.S. 10-year closed flat. Euro/USD closed in the green and went up. And VIX closed in the green and went up. That's a check of your stock market and how it closed this Wednesday evening. Dow plunges more than 450 points as Wall Street continues its rough start to the fourth quarter. Stocks fell sharply on Wednesday, adding to Wall Street's poor start to the final quarter of 2019 as investors grapple with fears of an economic recession. Are stores selling vaping products to underage buyers? Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
Now with a look inside the vaping crisis. At least 17 deaths, more than 800 cases of lung injury have been linked to vaping, and almost half of the cases involve people under the age of 21. Gio Benitez wrote with police see what happens when someone underage tries to buy e-cigarettes. Good morning, Gio.
Yeah, it's really incredible. George, Robin, Michael, good morning to you. According to federal law, you need to be at least 18 years old to buy vapes. But 18 states plus D.C. now make it illegal to sell vapes to anyone under the age of 21. That's the law here in New York. So this morning, GMA is taking you on an undercover sting with police and a young man without ID to find out what some stores are doing.
Do you guys have jewels or anything?
You're along on an undercover sting operation. This video captured by an 18-year-old working with Suffolk County Police in New York. Officers sending an agent into stores to try to buy vapes without ID.
If the establishment sells to the agent, we'll then go in and issue the field appearance ticket.
The agent, who we can't identify, drives up to stores in an unmarked car and goes inside. He asks to buy a vape and waits to see if the salesperson asks for his ID like they're supposed to.
What's up, boss? What's up? I got a job.
GMA following Suffolk police as they hit 7 locations. 5 of them, like this store, did the right thing and refused to sell to the undercover agent.
You have ID? Forgot it at home. Oh, I need ID, buddy. Yeah? Really?
But just minutes into the operation, an illegal sale. I mean, this just shows how big of a problem this still is.
No doubt, definitely.
At 2 locations, the 18-year-old was able to buy e-cigarettes, the transaction taking seconds.
What's up, boss? Can you get a steak, please? Pineapple? $10. $10. Thank you. Have a good one.
And at this store,
Can I get a steak, please? The mango? Mango? Yeah. How much are you? 9. Thank you. Have a good one.
it turns out this place actually sold e-cigarettes to police twice before. When asked about why he sold to a person without ID, the sales clerk said he looked older, like 30 years old. He was wearing a jacket. After the sale, police moving in with a citation up to $2,000. What's going through your mind as you watch this?
It's disappointing to see the non-compliance. Some people have gotten the message, clearly some people have not.
It just progressively got worse extremely fast.
17-year-old Tryson Zofeld is just one example of why police are taking these stings seriously. Tryson's vape use sent him to the hospital where he needed a ventilator just to breathe.
It's a big deal. It's not something to look over.
And so far, health officials haven't connected any specific vaping products to the vaping-related illnesses, including Tryson's, but they are investigating. Now, some states are taking some serious action. Massachusetts has banned all vaping devices. Some of the vape shops there have now sued the state. And starting this Friday, New York will ban all flavored e-cigarettes. Michigan did the same, because so many health officials believe that flavors are used to get young people hooked.
Yeah, there's no question about that.
All right.
What an eye-opener.
Yeah.
It really
right
is.
along.
Yeah, when you see them buying without ID.
Scary.
Yeah.
Something new every day with
Thanks,
the vaping. All right, thank you so much, Gio.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that is it for this evening edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your evening, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for another newscast. Good night, everyone, and bye.